Hello and how are you? Welcome to our 14th video of creating a complete e-commerce web application using PHP. In the previous video, we were able to collect the product from database with its special function, and in this video we're going to concentrate on now displaying the product on its single page, so that if time allows, we'll also look at a way how we can display, or we can get the reviews from users. They submit their reviews and be able to display them on the same product page. So that's what we're going to do in this video. So I hope you're good and ready to do this with me. If you are, then let's go straight into business. So this is where I stopped at in the previous video. We were able to collect the product details, but we couldn't display it. So now we are going to see how we can display the details. For example, here the product title and the category names here, and also etc. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we begin with product title. So I'll go straight to my project, or to our project, and we begin with the with the category name, the product name here. So you see where there is this is where we're going to substitute the product name. So let's go ahead and do that. So since we have now the pro here collected from database, I hope you are following the previous video, so I hope you're not confused. I'm going to come here where is the sports and replace it with the product name. So I'll put here question mark, equal sign, and then question mark, and then the less than sign, and then I'll put here pro, and then like this name. Okay, save, come and refresh, boom, we have the product name. So it means that now if I click here, we have here the relevant product. You see, it's beautiful. Okay, so here we're going to put the link that can take someone back to home. So let's go ahead and look for that guy here where there is home here. So I just put a stroke. So when you click there, it will take you back to home. Refresh. When someone clicks here, to take them back to home. It's supposed to be the name of our project. So we already have here the base URL in the functions. I think we already defined it in our function, or defined base URL. Okay, this one. So I'm just going to put here the base URL. Okay, so here I'll just simply come and say equal sign, and then put the base URL, so that if someone reaches there and they want to go home, they'll just simply click. See, they are home. That's beautiful. Then there is shop, so I have to put base URL stroke shop. Okay, so I'll go ahead and copy that, and then I come here and put here where there is shop stroke shop.php. So in case someone want to go straight to the shop, you can click here shop.php. Beautiful. Then here I want to put now the product name itself. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put here the product name. I'll just simply come and say question mark, less than question mark, equal sign, less than, and then I put here pro, and then I pass the name. So I'll be able to display the product name there. Refresh the product name. That's beautiful. Now it's time to display pictures. Okay, no problem, we're not scared. So we have our pictures in JSON, and we've already prepared the function that gets for us only a single thumbnail. The other one was getting only for us this thumbnail. So let's go now prepare the one that will give us a list of pictures. Okay, a list of pictures that attach to this product. Let's go ahead and do that. So let us first see where we're going to put pictures before we rush. So the pictures are here. They're just having this class of called image zoom. No problem. Let's go ahead and do that. So all what you need is an array of our pictures. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that from top, and we prepare that function. So I'll come here. Once we have the product, let me go ahead and say maybe photos. We can say images equals to. So we are going to create now a function that's going to be getting for us what? The list of images that attach this photo. So that function is not going to be so much different from this function that is getting for us the thumbnail. Okay, so I'm just going to duplicate this guy, and then we see how we can modify the data. So come ahead, copy that one that gets for us the thumbnail and duplicate it. So we can call this one get product photos, okay, or product images photos. Okay, so we'll also be giving it so let us copy the product in the function name, come here, paste it, and then also we'll be giving it what? We'll be giving it product photos, like this. Okay, so let us dump here whatever comes back. So I can just simply say echo, and I say pre-tag, and I put print underscore r, and then I dump everything that comes back in the image and die here. So after doing that, let's go ahead and now do the logic of getting everything from the other side. Okay, so here we have what we call AMG. So this was the default no image file, and then here I check if the JSON is null, we return the no image file. So since we are expecting a list, so we cannot return a static thing like this. Okay, maybe we can define a static list that will have a thumbnail and a what, and a photo URL. Okay, let us first see what we have here in JSON, and we see how we can design everything. So let me put here echo and a pre-tag, and then I'm going to dump print underscore r. I'll dump everything here and here, and then come and refresh. You see what we've got? This src, which is the source, and a thumb. So that's what we're going to return back. So we have to return at least one photo. So in case a picture does not okay, let us return we should return an empty array, or return at least one photo. I don't know. Let's return at least one photo. So if to return one photo, so it means that we have to prepare our array with one photo. So it means that will be img. Sorry, it will be, we can call it pics, and then it will, okay, let us first define one item. So an item is expected to have a thumbnail, a source, okay, and what, and a thumbnail, okay, like this. So this is a single item. So I'm going to add this item to, maybe I can call photos of pics. Let me call it photos equals to, I add one item in this array. So this is how you add. You just simply do like this. Okay, so I add, and then I attach it here like this. So after in case there is, the JSON is null, I return this item with one array. Okay, so in case this JSON length is less than 4, then we know that JSON is empty JSON. We return also again an empty photos. These photos is just a default photo. So we come ahead and get the objects. So these are the objects. So we check if these objects are empty. Let us again return the default photos. Default photos. Okay, so in case, then, okay, so once those objects are okay, then we can go ahead and return the objects themselves. Sorry, right now we'll not need to specify the thumbnail. Okay, so if they are not empty, we return other objects. You see? That is the whole logic of that we may need to get these photos from this JSON. So it means, what does it mean? It means I will expect an array with src and thumb. src and thumb. src, the original image. Thumbnail is the thumb is the thumbnail of the image. So everything is okay. Let us go ahead and, so I've done this. I hope you can pause the video and understand it. And let us go back to this. So getting here the images, and we are dumping them and see if everything is okay. So I refresh, everything is okay as I expected. That's beautiful. Then now we can go ahead and display these images. So let us see what we have. Just src and an image. So I can put here temporarily and I see how they are related. Okay, just so after doing that, now we're going to loop and display these images here. I want to display them here first. Okay, here. Let's go ahead and do that. So here I'll put the thumbnail, here I'll put the full image. Let's go ahead and do that. So let us go ahead and look where there are imgs. Okay, so you can see this is the real gallery. Then where are the thumbnails? Okay, I don't know how it is organized. So this is the gallery, and this is the thumbnail. Okay, this is the thumbnail list. Thumbnail list is here, and this is now the real images. So it is up to us. Let us begin with displaying the real images. So I'm going to delete each single instance, and I remain with only one. Okay, so these are the full pictures. So let us see how they are organized. So every full picture should be identified with the what? With an unique ID. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to loop. So it's just going to be a PHP. We create a PHP tag. Okay, we're going to loop, and then we're going to say for each, and then I'm going to loop here images. I can remove this key. Okay, the key will help us create an ID, maybe, I don't know. Yes, and then you put here img like this, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to remove this and I put this tag at the end. Okay, so I'll come here and put this guy here, and then I put the tag here to surround it with PHP like this. So the tag of the closing, I'll put it here. So if I come and refresh, the main thing that here is that every item should have its own unique ID. Okay, its own unique ID. So we can use the key to help us create an unique ID, or you can create here your own X, and then you be integer, and then when you loop you can be increasing it, but still the array can do for us this key. So I'm going to put here the ID here. I'm going to replace it. So since ID cannot be a single integer in HTML, so I have to attach there some word. Okay, maybe I can say img dash. Okay, img dash, and then I put the ID. I can say product image, I don't know, anything, product image dash, and then here I replace it with the key, because the key is going to be unique here. So I put equal sign and put here the key. So the key will be 1, 2, 3, you know. So I think that's it. Okay, that's it. Now here we now put the image src. Okay, the image source. So I'll go ahead and remove. No, we put the thumbnail and then the image source. Here is the thumbnail and the image source. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll come here and put question mark and put equal sign, and I put img, and then I put that dash and then the greater than sign to point at it's an object, you know. these guys are objects, these guys, you see. So I'm going to get is it our object? They're arrays. Okay, we will see. Okay, so I'm going to put here the thumbnail. I mean the thumbnail. I think the thumbnail will go here. Data zoom. I don't know which one is thumbnail. Okay, we'll see. Okay, I think the image will come here. Okay, and then the thumbnail will come here. What to zoom, which we call thumbnail, thumb. Okay, so I'll put here thumb like this. So the thumbnail, the image, the thumbnail, the image. You will see if it doesn't make sense, we'll switch them. Okay, so after doing that, let's go ahead and refresh. Beautiful, but I think it's vice versa. See, now the main picture is on top. Is it the thumbnail or it's the main picture? Let us try to switch them and see. So I'll put here thumb and come and put here the data to zoom. I put the main picture. Refresh. Is our thumb even there? I don't know. It's supposed to be thumb. Okay, it's supposed to be B. Refresh. Yeah, that makes sense. So this is the one that will be zooming, but we will do that when we proceed. So you can as well put src here. There's one maybe footer file that we'll need to add. So after doing that, the next thing that we do is now to put these guys, these. You have to put them, So let's go ahead and do that. It's also going to be a loop. These guys. I hope here we are together, right? We are together. I hope. Okay. I hope we are together. So now let's go ahead and now do the loop here of the thumbnails. So let me first break them down into good tags. Should not confuse us. Okay, you see? They're just a list of them. A list of them. A list of them. Like that, and then yeah. So the thing is, they are exactly almost like this. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and I modify. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to copy this guy and modify. So we are going to remove, and we remain with one. Only that here, this bottom one is a video, so we'll use it for practicing. So we're going to remove these other guys, this one, beginning from here. So I'm going to remove from here up to here. Okay? And then I'm going to remove this guy only. Okay? So I'll paste here and I make sure that I close PHP. I close the tag. Okay? So I've just copied this guy. Okay? Here. So between this loop, it's just the same images. Only between this loop, I'm going to put this one here. Okay. So after doing that, now let us look what is changing here. So here, it has to reference. So only the first one will be having this class of active. So let us see how we do that logic in a way that the first one should only have that class of active. So how shall we do that logic? Okay, I think I got it. So I'm going to put here something called active, active class. I'll put here active class equals active. Okay, so by default it is active. Also before it starts looping, it is active. So I'll come and substitute it here, question mark equals that, like this, And then when it finishes looping for the very first time, so when it finishes looping, the first loop, I'll come here. So I know here it loops for the first time, and when it finishes, I'll come here and replace it with nothing. So it means that when it comes for the first time, it will have this word active, and it will make it active, and it display here the word active. And when it finishes the first time, it is removed, and then the loop will remove it is within the here. So by default, it will be active, the first one, and then on the remaining thing, it will be removed. Okay, that is it. The next thing is this guy has to be reference the ID here. So you know how we use the ID, it was just pro and this. So I'll just leave the hash, leave this pound, this one, this guy, and I remove this guy and put like this. So it will be pro and then the key. Since the same loop almost, so the key will be the same. That's beautiful. And then lastly is now the thumbnail itself. I have to put it here. So I'll get just my link for the thumb, and then I put it here. Boom. Yes, I think that's exactly how it is. Refresh. Beautiful. You see? Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's amazing. Only that we have one file that we'll need to add. It is in footer, so we can have that zooming feature. Beautiful. So the other thing we need to implement this video. That video, I think it will be simple. Let me get here some video from YouTube, from my channel. Learn it with Mohindo. Let me get this guy. It's one of the application that I did.
Welcome to ICT.
Okay, let me copy that video link. Come here where there is video item, href. Okay, I think it is just external YouTube. I don't know how it is done here. External.html. I don't know. Let us try to put just YouTube link and we see how it will look like. Yeah, I think we are good. Refresh. It will take us to the YouTube video. We are supposed to have this file called external HTML. Okay, I don't know whether I should get it also. External HTML, it is here. This is how it is. Let's try to copy it. Copy the file and put it here. Let's put it here. Same. Okay. And come and remove one dot. Refresh. It does not work. Okay, I think. Okay, let's just use for displaying. Okay, for the video we can do it later. You can do it later. The embedding of external video. Okay, we can do it later when you're doing finishing. So for now, maybe you can put that link and then put the target to be new tab. Target underscore blank. Okay, that's nice. Refresh. So when someone asks to view the video, he'll click there and then it'll take him to the what? To the new tab. Okay, so that's it. Okay, that's it. Let me put here my own link. Okay, so that's for the video. The main point here was the pictures, but you can remove it if you don't want it. If you don't want the videos. Now let's go ahead and do what? And put now the zooming feature. As you can see here, we're able to zoom. We're able to zoom. So that thing, I think we skipped adding one more, maybe zoom. Let us try to search zoom. You see, called it drift min drift.js. Okay, so we're going to include that file in our footer. So I'll copy that guy, the link min drift.js, copy it, come at the end of our footer here, after footer, put it there. So make sure that you point in the right section. So let us see where it is located. So copied everything. So it's under JS. No, it's under what? Let's see how it where we can find it in our structure. Okay, let me copy this, Ctrl P. It is under vendor mini drift, then distribution. So it is under vendor. I think it is the right section. Do you have vendor here? Yes, under vendor, then drift zoom. Where is drift zoom? Yeah, I think it is there. Drift zoom, and then distribution, then the JS, yeah, drift basic min.js. I think that's what you needed. So I'll save, come and refresh. Yeah, it's beautiful. No, that's not ours. It's not zooming yet. Let us first see if it has come. So view page source, zoom. It has got to the last page and see if it has come really or not. So it is here. Vendor, I think it's already there. So I just included it twice. Save. Refresh. Is it coming? Yes, it is coming. So which file do you think we are missing that is here? I think we have Bootstrap, simpler bar, tiny, smooth scroll, drift zoom already there, light gallery. Do you have light gallery? Yeah, it's not there. I think it's light gallery that we are missing. Hey. So these things, you have to follow the template routes. Otherwise, you create your own. Refresh. Light gallery there. Let us click if it is coming. Yes, it is now coming. Now refresh. Still, it is not zooming. Okay. What do you think? A large video. By the way, think large video. It not work maybe because we don't have this one. Maybe theme.js. Theme.js, do we have it? Theme.js, we don't have it. Let me see if we don't have it. Theme.js already there. Oh, then what are we missing? Let me see on top here. CSS. Zoom CSS. Do you have it? Drift zoom on top. And I see. Yeah, it is there. Okay, let's now go to the console and see what could be the problem. Inspect console errors, failed to load theme.js. So theme.js is not coming. Theme.js, this guy, but has come. Why? Let's see. The console, they're saying failed to load response status of external HTML. Oh, external HTML, I think, in theme.js. So let us go ahead and remove that from theme.js. So let us get rid with this thing of external HTML. Wherever it is, we have to remove it. So it is here, external HTML. I'll remove this guy, get rid with it. Then also come to theme.js, theme min.js, look for external HTML. It's not there. So theme min.js. Okay. Light gallery is not defined. Light gallery is not defined. Let me first refresh. So light gallery is not defined. Let us see if light gallery is already there. Light gallery, it's there, but it's in bottom. So let us put somewhere on top. So light gallery, they are claiming it's not defined. Let us put it on top. I don't know. So refresh. Yeah, I think it's working now. Yeah. It's zooming, but you know we are zooming the same what? The same photos. So let us go ahead and try to switch them. But still there's still some error. Let us inspect and see which error could be. In console I see external, I have icon. Yeah, these are not serious errors. Okay, so our zoom file is so huge. Let us go ahead and switch this thumb like this. I think let's try to switch. SRS should be here and thumb should be here. Refresh. It is super huge. Product. How do we use thumb and thumb? Refresh. Use SRC and SRC. Refresh. It is working, but maybe the quality of the photos. So let me put your thumb and put the other side SRC. So this zoom part can be looked at in another day. But the main point is you can zoom and you can preview your pictures there. Move your mouse there, you can see it is zooming. I can even switch to the other. Okay. It is working, I think. It is working, only the dimension of pictures, they are not matching. Okay, it is zooming, it's working. It's working. Only the dimension of pictures are not matching. So you have to say the dimension of pictures to be the same. Yeah. So everything is okay. Now in the next video, we'll proceed to adding product to cart and proceeding to customer side. Maybe things of reviews, we can look at them when you're concluding the entire project, like pressing the reviews. Okay, so I hope you'll not miss the next video. I hope the video was helpful. I hope you can even use this knowledge creatively to implement it even in your other projects. Okay, thank you for being part of this video up to this point. Make sure you like the video, share it with friends, subscribe, and let us meet in the next video where we're going to proceed from where I've stopped at today. Yeah, and don't miss, because we're going to look at more now interesting things such as handling the customer's orders. Okay, goodbye and see you.